you need. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. This is Eat Drink Smoke.
Attention business owners, 3,076 businesses are shutting their doors every single day. There are 3 things holding you back from doubling your sales in the next 12 months. They are number 1, the Great Resignation. 47 million Americans voluntarily left their job last year. Your staff are harder to find than ever before. Number 2, the clutter factor. 3.8 billion social media pages are competing for the attention of your prospects. No wonder they aren't listening to your marketing efforts. Number 3, the death of the salesman. 97% of your prospects feel salespeople are too pushy today. Hello, I'm Amanda Holmes. I've just released an updated version of my father's cult classic book, The Ultimate Sales Machine. If you'd like to double your sales in the next 12 months, download a free chapter of the book at ultimatesalesmachine.com/book. Our clients call it the chapter that changes lives. It's worked for 250,000 businesses worldwide. It'll work for you. Get your proven roadmap to doubling sales at ultimatesalesmachine.com/book.
Admit it. So many ads are running seeking to represent victims in the Camp Lejeune toxic water lawsuits that sometimes you feel like throwing a shoe at the TV. Instead, stay calm and ask any lawyer you're thinking of hiring these 3 questions. First, how many military veterans have you represented? Second, what about cancer victims? And third, how much money have you won for clients?
The journey back to Big Blue begins now. Welcome to Roswell Coyote Football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and online at ksvptv.com. Today, your Roswell Coyotes begin their journey all the way to state at home at the Wool Bowl, taking on the Panthers of Gadsden High. Roswell Coyote Football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and online at ksvptv.com is presented by Bob Reed Pest Control, Trustmark Roofing, Pecos Valley Equipment, Oasis Computers, Amigo Machinery, Central Valley Electric, Roswell Seed Company, Richland Motors, Big O Tires, Business Notions, Moppin and Brown Dentistry, Zenith Security, E&MU Portales and E&MU Roswell, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating, So Easy Sewing, and Maze Lumber. Now, get ready for game time.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect, and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Good afternoon and welcome to Roswell High School football. We're here in the quarterfinals, November 11th. 2022. I am your host, Art Sandoval, and I'm here with Roswell High School head coach, Jeff Lynn. Coach Lynn, good afternoon, sir. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great.
So far, so good, huh? Well, we're back here again in the quarterfinals. I was going to ask you a question about how many years consecutively has that been?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Well, it's been
we didn't go my first year. We didn't go my second year, and then we got to we've been in the quarters ever since.
So it's been so you've been there a couple times for sure. Let's put it that way. Huh?
Well, I think it's probably 8 straight years we've been in the
that's
quarters.
what I guessed too. I was saying 7, 8. So, well, congratulations to getting to this point, Coach Lynn. First and foremost, we're going to talk a little football here. You are the number 2 seed. Gadsden, the Panthers are the number 10 seed as they upset Los Alamos, the number 7 seed last week. But first and foremost, let's just talk a little bit about the football state tournament in the quarterfinals. There's only 8 teams left. What are your feelings about the 8 teams right now?
Well, I think there's 2 sides of the bracket. I think, I think if you look at it and you look at the regular season, I think, there's got to be 3 teams there that, obviously I think are probably, I don't want to say, I'm not going to disrespect anybody, obviously, but I think you've probably got 3 teams there that are maybe a little bit better or, had a little bit better regular season than the other 5 that are left. So I think those 3 teams are Artesia number 1, and then, us number 2, and then I think Piedra Vista probably number 3. You could put those 3 in a category, and you could put the rest in another category. So,
right.
I think that's kind of where we're at right now. So I think, moving forward, if we're fortunate enough to get this game, then, we'll have a tough game next week. Granted, PV beats Mayfield. I think that's kind of where we're at. I think that, the 8 teams, I think there's 3 left that, have a little legitimate shot at winning this thing. So that's where we're at. And, we got to play a game today, and hopefully we do well with that.
Sounds good. I know traditionally Roswell High School likes to play on a Friday night. It's kind of different playing on a Saturday on a quarterfinal, but it is what it is. So it is a cool 48 degrees here this afternoon here in Roswell, New Mexico. Man, I tell you what, the crowd's coming in here where everybody's excited. Coach, tell me a little bit about this week's practice. Tell me what's going on. What is your feelings into this afternoon's game?
Yeah, we made the decision to play on Saturday afternoon. If we're fortunate enough to win this game, we're probably going to have to play on Saturday afternoon for the semifinal against PV. And then if we're fortunate enough to win that game, then we're probably going to have to play on Saturday afternoon again. So we just made the decision to go ahead and play on Saturday afternoon, get in a rhythm, get in a practice schedule that, in a rhythm. I think a lot of things is routine, and so we made the decision to go ahead and play on Saturday afternoon because we feel like that's where we're going to play. And so we need to get in a routine. We need to get in, a rhythm for these playoffs. So, you're always kind of thinking ahead. And so we made that decision. Practice has been good. You go through the bye week and, we set some goals in the bye week. We wanted to get better at defending the pass. We wanted to work on our pass rush and our pass coverage. We wanted to get better at protecting the pass. We had taken way too many sacks through the course of the regular season. And then we wanted to work on our kickoff coverage and our kickoff return. So we did those things, but you set goals during the bye and you hope you can improve those things, but it's not the same as, the goal of winning a game. And so, to come back this week and be able to prepare and for a game, I think that's, our focus has been a lot better. And I think we've had a good couple weeks here.
Sounds good. Well, tell me a little bit about Gadsden. Like I said, we mentioned earlier that they're the number 10 seed. They did upset Los Alamos. It threw me for a shock personally, but tell me your thoughts about Gadsden, offensively, defensively. What do we expect?
Gadsden's a spread offense, but that comes with quotation marks. I mean, they're 83% run. So, they're in doubles and they're in trips and, they're in the shotgun, but they're running the ball 83% of the time. Of that 83% of the time, about 65% of that is through the quarterback. The quarterback has rushed for 1,500 yards this season. He's the best athlete on the team. So for us to win the game today, we're going to need to shut down the quarterback. He's a capable passer, but a really good runner. They're extremely big up front, probably the biggest team we've seen up front. There's 2 or 3 300-pounders there. So we're going to have to use our speed and quickness to get off the ball and get off blocks. We can't allow them to lock on us and mug us. So we're going to have to play fast. We're going to have to tackle, and we're going to have to shut down that quarterback defensively. On offense, they play a traditional 3-4 defense. It's pretty vanilla. I mean, they're doing a good job of reading their keys. They're a good job of they're very disciplined. Like there's 2 different philosophies typically on defense. You can be super aggressive and you can blitz people and you can get after them that way, or you can stay and you can kind of play a bend but don't break style of defense. They're more of a bend but don't break, but they're sound. You can tell they've been coached. They play with good technique. So for us to win, we're going to have to execute with tempo, and we're going to have to finish blocks offensively. And then our special teams game, you get into the playoffs. I mean, those are momentum plays. We've got to be extremely disciplined in our coverage units, and then we've got to work extremely hard, on our kickoff return and punt return to see if we can gain some field position in those areas. So I really think those are the key. Gadsden's a well-coached football team. They've won their first playoff game in 50 years. So they're kind of the Cinderella story, and we're kind of the bad guy. We're kind of the black hat this week, so we're going to need to get up for this game and, send Cinderella home packing. So
I tell you what, you just answered all my questions beforehand. So, what a magnificent job you just did there. Well said, well spoken. Traditionally, Roswell High School, we're going to go up with that hurry-up offense once again, I suppose. Is that correct? Just get after
we're we're going to push the pace. We're going to try to play. We've even tweaked it a little bit more to, we've been using some personnel groupings. We've kind of narrowed those down, and so we can get to 2 or 3 different formations with the same personnel. So, and then we're doing some things where we leave our wide receivers on one side and not flipping them. We typically play a strong side and a weak side, so kind of gone away from that. We're even trying to increase that tempo. So we're going to try to be extremely fast tonight and try to get a playoff every 10, 15 seconds. So hopefully that works for us.
Coach Lynn, well said, sir. Anything in closing?
No, just it's playoff football time. We've talked about it, since Thursday. This is the biggest game we played all year, man. It's win or go home. We don't get a second chance at this. So we encourage everybody to come out to the Wool Bowl and support us today. Extremely excited about these playoffs. Extremely excited about these kids. Looking forward to seeing what the next 2 or 3 weeks holds for us. And hopefully we get the same type crowd we had the other night against Goddard. That was, I'm not so sure that, that entrance we had the other night before the game was not the best one I've ever seen. We had the police cars going and the band and the Charlie's Angels. It was wild. So, really happy. We didn't really talk about that game, but that was a fun game and a fun atmosphere to be a part of. So hopefully we get that same atmosphere today. So,
you want to make any comments about the last game?
No, it's just a good game for, it was a good game for the city of Roswell. It's great to see all those fans out there. You get in your car to leave and it takes you 45 minutes to get to Main Street. That's when you've played a big game, is when after the game's over and you've done all your interviews and you've cleared out the locker room and it still takes you 45 minutes to get to Main Street. That's what football in Southeast New Mexico is all about, man. They don't get that in Albuquerque.
That's right.
They don't get that in Farmington. They don't get that in Demi. They don't get that anywhere else in the state, man. We get it here, and, man, it's sure fun to be a part of.
Well, this is your 3rd season this year. You have your regular season, you have your district play, and then, of course, your postseason. So it's always fun to see that. Coach, congratulations once again to getting this point. Quarterfinals, winner goes on, loser stays home. 2 versus 10. We'll be back here in just a moment. You're listening to KSVPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Top.
ENMU Roswell welcomes new and returning students to register online and on campus for the spring 2023 semester. Prepare for brighter days ahead and learn new career skills in arts and sciences, technical and health education right here at home. Classes start January 17th. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7000 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Good afternoon, Coyote Nation. Are you ready for some football? High school state championship football? You got it. Your Roswell Coyotes are taking on the Gadsden Panthers here in this 2022 state quarterfinal matchup. Kelly McDonald here with you. And as always, we have Tanner and Roy here producing our show. I'm flying solo. My partner's off chasing Bambi somewhere. So it'll be just me, but that's all right. Looking forward to a great football game here on this. I'm just going to say cool. I'm not even going to say cold. The dance team is toughing it out down there in their usual uniforms. You got about half the players out there with no sleeves. It's chilly. It's a little breezy, but it's hitting weather, as we like to say. And it's been a long 2 weeks since we've seen our Coyotes play. And looking forward to this matchup against the Gadsden Panthers. Gadsden coming into the game at 5-6. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games, however, including a 44-21 victory in the first round of the state tournament. That was in Los Alamos. And, of course, our Coyotes come into the game 8-2, the number 2 seed in the tournament. They've won 5 of their last 6, and they're coming off a 42-7 victory over Goddard, and that was 2 weeks ago. Goddard, of course, going down last night. They were defeated by Deming here at the Wool Bowl, 28-13. So Deming will advance to play the winner of Artesia and Valley. Artesia and Valley are going to kick off about the same time we do, as will Pedro Vista and Mayfield. So all three of the other quarterfinal games, other than the one that was played last night, will be kicking off approximately the same time. The Coyotes have won the toss, and they have deferred, so they will be receiving this opening kickoff, and they will be moving from right to left across your radio dial as we do the simulcast here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, and of course KSVPTV.com. And it looks to be Christian Hernandez may be back deep for the Coyotes. Doesn't look like Truex, who is normally the person to receive kickoffs. We'll see. But we're just about ready to go here. 12 on the clock. Players are ready. Officials are getting there. And it's A.B. Toscano back deep. Also have Isaac Loya back there. I see Jeremiah Monreal. And here on the near side, get you that number momentarily. All right, just about ready. Pretty decent crowd for a Saturday afternoon crowd. It is chilly. People have dressed for the weather. Not a huge student section, but a good crowd nonetheless. And Gadsden brought quite a few people all the way from Anthony, New Mexico. So hats off to them for supporting the Panthers. And here we go. There's the kickoff. It's going to be short and high, and it will be Monreal. They'll run the starburst. Monreal's got it. He's around the corner to the 30, to the 40. He's going to have to beat one guy, and he's going to be out of bounds into Panther territory as Jeremiah Monreal takes the short kickoff about 42 yards. And that gets the Coyotes off to a great start. And here comes the offense led by Manny Fuentes. And last time they took the field, they were having their way with defenses. We'll see if that continues. It's going to be a quick pass out to number 41, and that is L.J. Macias. Pass complete. Over here to the near sideline. It's going to bring up about 2nd and 5. Going to pitch it over to Bryce, and Bryce is going to be close, depending on the spot. So the Coyotes coming in here fast. They make mass substitutions here. They're going to say he's just a yard short, so 3rd and 1. Ball at the 34-yard line. Here's another pitch to Bryce, and he will fall forward for about 2, and that'll be enough for the first down. As the Coyotes wasting no time, they're right back to the line very quickly. And this was effective for them the last 2 games they played. There's the fake toss out to the right. Now we're going to throw over to Giovanni Apodaca, a little high, and he can't handle it. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. That's that little pitch fake and then roll out left. Well executed, just a little high on the pass. Giovanni couldn't quite reel it in. So the Coyotes will huddle up temporarily here. Fuentes in the gun, single back behind him is Bryce Sanchez. Tight formation. He will pitch it to Bryce, and he's got blockers in a little room. And pushing ahead and carrying people with him. He's going to have 7 or 8. It'll depend on the spot. I'm going to give him 7. And quick to the line again are the Coyotes. 3rd down and 3. Fuentes is just going to hand it to Bryce. Little off tackle play, and he'll have plenty there. He's going to pick up another 8 yards and a Coyote first down. So the Coyote offense just marching down the field here. All positive plays except the one incompletion. And now Christian Hernandez in the game. We'll see if he gets a carry. He will. A little toss to the left. He's got room. He's got blockers. He's going to push through down to the 6-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 11. And that will bring up a 1st and goal for the Coyotes at about the 5. They'll have to wait to get the chain set. And here's a little inside slant. And a little behind. That ball might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Giovanni Apodaca again couldn't reel it in. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. I'm going to say from the 6. Again, no huddle. Apodaca out to the left. And now they're going to hold up play. And now they're going to roll the clock and say they're ready. Fuentes with the snap, inside handoff, Christian Hernandez. And he'll get about half of what he needs, 3 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. And now under center, they're going to go Bryce Sanchez, see if he can bully his way through. It's good defense by Gadsden. And they're going to give him 1 yard there. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 2. So a chance for Gadsden to get a goal line stand here, as Coyotes not interested in a short field goal here. Let's see if Fuentes takes it himself. Now he's going to pitch to Bryce Sanchez. He's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Coyotes. Bryce Sanchez with the 2-yard score. And the Coyotes, in less than 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 43 seconds, are on the board first, and they lead at 6-0. Peyton Kennard out to kick the extra point. Connor Nichols the center. L.J. Macias the holder. Snap a little low, but handled. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 Roswell here early in the first quarter. Thanks for tuning in to Roswell Coyote football, KSVPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
And welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Roswell Coyotes have scored first. 9:17 remains here in the first quarter. Coyotes 7, Gadsden Panthers nothing. And that was a 9-play scoring drive for the Coyotes, marching on a short field after the good return from Jeremiah Monreal. And now it will be Kennard to kick off. And we'll see the Coyote defense momentarily. Wind has still pretty steady, kind of southwest. All right, normal kickoff here, and it's going to be deep left, and it's going to go out of the end zone. So Peyton Kennard will have a touchback on his first kickoff attempt. And the Gadsden Panthers will take over from their own 20-yard line. Gadsden Panthers are led by quarterback Tomas Herrera. And they run the ball quite a bit. They run about 80 to 85% of the time. So you're going to see a lot of running. They're a big school. I mean, they have big players, of course. A pretty big school, too. And the lead back is Alfredo Andrade. And he is just a sophomore, but he is a good one. So here come the Gadsden Panthers. They come out in a single back formation, and it will be a quarterback keeper. And he'll get just a couple there as he is taken down by number 52, Vernon Molinar. So Tomas Herrera, basically a running back, as I said, about 8 times out of 10. We'll see if the Coyotes can get them into passing situations, but Gadsden's going to try and run the ball and march down the field, kind of shorten the game if they can. Here's the handoff to Andre, and he is going to get nothing as he is taken down. And that was Noah Lynn on the tackle there. As Lynn and Lomelli, the defensive tackles, able to stop Andre before he gets anything. And now it's going to be 3rd and 5. And again, kind of a traditional passing down maybe, but probably not for Gadsden. I expect another run. They're going to roll it out. They are going to try a pass here, and they've got a man somewhat open but overthrown. So that is going to be a 3-and-out situation for the Coyote defense as the punting unit comes out. And just looking out on the field at number 77, Victor Montiel. They list him at 6'6" and 350. I'll tell you what, he looks every bit of it out there on the field. But the Coyotes with a chance to have good field position again. It will be Isaac Loya back to receive the punt. Looks like Coyotes are going all in to try and block it. 3 protectors. And nearly blocked. Yeah, he got a piece of it. That's a partially blocked punt. And it will be, looks like number 5, Caden George, with a tip on that kick. Going to give him credit for it. And the Coyotes will have excellent field position. Once again, they're going to start from the Gadsden 45-yard line. Similar spot to where they started the last drive. And they're going to send 2 receivers out to the right. There's going to be Segala and Seabass. LJ Macias split out to the left. Single back is Bryce Sanchez. Fuentes will hand it to Bryce. It's the flea flicker, but the rush is there, and it's going to be a sack as Fuentes cannot stay on his feet. So a little trickery there, and it's going to wind up being an 8-yard loss on the flea flicker. So a little razzle-dazzle there kind of backfires on the Coyotes, as that will hurt your rushing statistics, Manny. -8. So now tough down and distance for the Coyotes. Look for them to pass here. 2nd and 18. And here's the screen. Set up nicely. Blockers in front of him is Segala. Segala changes hands. He's down the sidelines, off to the races. One more man to beat. Crashes into him. He's going to be down at the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. But that is going to be a 47-yard pass completion to Manny Segala on the screen, and just great execution there as Segala, and here's the inside handoff to Sanchez. He'll get 3. So nice play and good blocking downfield by Sebastian Mendoza and others, as it was Segala with the 53-yard reception on the screen. And here's a toss, and I believe that's Peyton Kennard. Let me just see. It is Kennard. And we're going to get an official timeout because there's an injured Gadsden Panther. So we'll give a couple to Peyton Kennard on that one. And looks like they have both crews coming from the sidelines to tend to the Gadsden player who is injured. So the Coyotes knocking on the door here again early, about midway through the first quarter. They lead at 7-0, and they have a 2nd goal at the 2 after the long completion on the screen to Manny Segala. So the injured player for Gadsden, we can now see his numbers. Number 51, that's Alexander Lopez, just a freshman defensive lineman. And they're helping him up here to his feet, so that's a good sign that he's to his feet, but he's limping noticeably off to the sideline, but on his own power, so that's good. Hopefully nothing too serious for Anthony Lopez. As the training crews from both schools exit the field. And beg your pardon, it is going to be a 3rd and goal at the 2. I thought it was 2nd down. I missed one in there. Missed the Sanchez run. All right, 3rd and goal, and Manny pitches out to Sanchez again. Blockers in front of him. He finds a little hole, and Bryce Sanchez with his second touchdown, second 2-yard touchdown of the game. Touchdown Coyotes. They lead at 13-0 as Kennard and the crew go out to try the extra point. So Roswell all over Gadsden here in the early going. Offense looks unstoppable. Defense been on the field once, forced a 3 and out, and had a partially blocked punt. Oh, and that one looks like there's a problem with the hold there, but that one's no good. I think the hold's maybe slipped out of LJ Macias's hands there. He was shaking his head afterwards, and the extra point is no good. We'll go to commercials. Thanks for tuning in to KSBPTV.com, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. The Roswell Coyote playoff football. They lead at 13-0, 6:16 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Coyotes lead it 13-0. Kelly McDonald here with you for state championship. Getting ahead of myself. Football. My partner, Art Sandoval, is busy just slinking through the forest somewhere, I think. And he's missing a lot of good football here. But he'll be back next week for the semifinal. All right, 6:16 left on the clock here in the first quarter as the Coyotes, 2 quick scores in the game. They did receive the first kickoff of the game. This will be the second possession for the Gadsden Panthers, and another touchback for Peyton Kennard as he kicks that one into the end zone. As the defense comes back out on the field. And we didn't really have a chance to go over starting lineups for the Coyotes. So we'll do that now. Starting defense will be Gallegos and and Monreal at the corners. Safeties are going to be Loya and Adrian Anaya. And it's the usual linebackers as well. And here's a keeper, and nicely done. That's Sylvester Lomelli. Cheeto getting to his feet. And that's going to be a short gain, just 1 yard. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. The linebackers, George Chavez, Damian Quezada, and Vernon Molinar. Cheeto Lomelli and Noah Lynn, the tackles. Eli Lynn and Robert Truex, the ends. That's your normal starting defense. And here's a tackle in the backfield, yes, by number 66, Mason Greathouse. So tackle for loss there is going to bring up 3rd and long for Gadsden. Greathouse part of that rotation, a defensive end for the Coyotes. Looks like he's in for Eli Lynn at the moment. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 12 for Gadsden. And coaching staff told me they want to get them into passing situations. Here comes Cheeto. Look out. And it's going to be a sack. Cheeto Lomeli with the sack on 3rd and long. And that is going to bring up another punting situation for the Gadsden Panthers. So a perfect start to this game so far for Roswell. Offense dominant, defense dominant. And it will be number 23, Isaac Loya, standing at the Gadsden 46 to receive this punt. Pretty stiff breeze in the face. And it's going to be a short punt, not blocked this time, just short. And they'll just let it go wisely, and it will get out to the 44-yard line. That's where the Coyotes will take over for their 3rd offensive possession of this first quarter. 4:19 remain. Coyotes lead at 13-0. They have the bobbled snap on the second extra point attempt. So the Coyotes take over 44 yards away from their 3rd score of the game. Regular offense out there. They're going single back with Bryce Sanchez. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It will be a pass. And now Manny's just going to have to try and take off, and he'll push forward to avoid the sack, maybe. Nope, it's still going to go down as a sack and a loss of 1 for Manny Fuentes. So Manny looking downfield, nobody open. He doesn't force it. He just tucks it under and tries to see if he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Almost does. He's 2nd and 11. Same formation. Single back is Sanchez. And he will get the carry. He's going to push off tackle to the right and get maybe just a couple. So Bryce already with 10 carries in the game. He's got 10 carries for 28 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hasn't got a ton of yardage for 10 carries as he comes off. Christian Hernandez enters the game on 3rd and 9. And it's going to be the speed option, and Manny's going to keep it. And he will be short by about 2 yards. So Manny picks up 7 there. Decides not to pitch to Christian Hernandez. So it's going to be 4th and about 2. Coyotes will line up quick. Sanchez remains on the bench. See if they try and draw him off. Here's the hard count. Now he's going to look over to Coach Lynn. Still 13 on the play clock. Here they go. It's going to be a speed pitch to the right side, and Christian Hernandez got a little work to do, but he's going to get the yardage he needs. He's going to pick up about 3, and that is going to be a first down for Roswell. They're going to be on their own 33-yard line here. So just the one big hitter, the one big pass play, and that was on the screen. Here's the fake pitch right. Now he's going to throw left. Wide open for the touchdown is Malachi Mitchell. 33-yard score. Touchdown, Coyotes. Malachi Mitchell from that tight end position. The fake pitch to the right. And then hit the receiver up the seam. So 33-yard score for Mitchell. And we'll see if we have a little more success with the extra point here. It's up. It's good. 20-0 Coyotes. We're still in the first quarter. 2 minutes, 34 seconds remain. Thanks for tuning in to Coyote Football. KSVPTV.com, 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
And welcome back to Wool Bowl. Coyotes lead 20-0 over Gadsden here in this quarterfinal matchup of the state football championships. And it's been a dominating performance on both sides of the ball for the Roswell Coyotes. And we're going to give a score update to our compadres down in Artesian, try to get a score from them as well. Now that kickoff's going to go out of bounds, so that is going to be a mistake by the kicking team. That's going to give Gadsden the ball with their best field position all the way up at the 35. And we'll see if the defense can get their third 3 and out. As we try to get an update from Gene Dow. And we'll also look on the NMAA site. Maybe we can get a score from Farmington. Pedro Vista taking on Mayfield. Should be a pretty decent matchup. Okay, well, here's the score. I got 15-0 in the first. Artesia leads Valley. And, oh, and there's the running back getting away, and that's the first big play of the game for Gadsden, as Andre is able to get the ball there into Coyote territory for the first time. He's going to rush that one all the way down to the 43 before he is tackled by Adrian Anaya. So defense with their first test really here. And twins right, twins left with the single back for Gadsden, and they are going to run it out of that formation, and not much there as Eli Lynn makes the tackle. Again, on that defensive end rotation for the Coyotes, gain of 3 on the play. He's second down and 7. Right, Herrera, the quarterback, and they're going to keep it. Oh, and he is absolutely lit up by Cheeto Lomelli. My goodness. You'll remember that one tomorrow and maybe well into next week. That is a huge hit from Cheeto Lomelli, and that will be right at the line of scrimmage. It won't go down as a loss on the play, but Cheeto absolutely blew up the quarterback, Tomas Herrera. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. Going to run it again. Herrera keeps, and he's hit hard. And it's going to be, oh, and flags come out. So this will be the first penalty of the game. We'll see who it's on. Here's the indication from the white hat. Is he still waiting? Personal foul on? Yeah. Okay, personal foul, shot to the head by Roswell High. Didn't see who it was, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and a play that was going to end up in a 4th and short is now going to be 1st down and 10 for Gadsden from the 20-yard line. All right, so Gadsden in the red zone here as we are less than a minute in the first quarter. And that's a nice tackle by George Chavis. Again, Gadsden is going to run the football 80 to 85% of the time. Not much on that 1st down running play, however. So 2nd and 9 from the 19. Herrera's going to keep again, and that's going to be Noah Lynn with the initial tackle, and Quezada coming in to finish him off. Again, a minimal gain. Let's see, they're going to give him 2. Well, now they're going to give him, just 2 yards, and that will be the quarter, so we will flip the field. After one, Coyotes lead 20-0. We'll be right back on KSVPTV.com, 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
All right, we're back. Roswell Coyotes, after one, lead 20-0 over the Gadsden Panthers. I got some updates on scores. Artesia leads it 15-0. They're still in the first quarter as of my last update. Piedra Vista in the first quarter leads Mayfield 7-0. So we'll try to keep you updated on those other two games, as the home teams, the favored teams, winning all three of these quarterfinals so far. All right, it's going to be third down and about 6, maybe 7 for Gadsden. Bring a man in motion. He's going to turn around and go back. They're going to run it up the middle, and that is going to be Robert Truex with a tackle for loss, as he is all over that play as the quarterback kept it. It's going to bring up 4th and about 9. And I expect him to go for it here. Down 3 touchdowns. All right, Keegan Nichols into the game at safety. They're going to roll out. It's going to be a pass. Looking for somebody. Here comes. He's just going to throw it away, as George Chavez was bearing down on him and just nobody to throw to, and that will be a turnover on downs. So the Coyote defense bends but does not break. They force the turnover, and the offense will be back on the field. Going to take over on their own 19-yard line. All right, so offense back on the field. And Abe Toscano in the game, I see, as a slot receiver. Sagala spread formation here. And it's going to be a little out, and we'll see who that is. It's going to pick up about 4 yards. And I think it's going to be Sebastian Mendoza, so 4 yards for Seabass. His first reception of the game. Bring up 2nd and 6. Coyotes back to the line quickly, still in the spread formation. Fuentes from the shotgun. He's going to go the same side, and it's completed to L.J. Macias, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. So a 5-yard completion to Macias, his second 5-yard completion of the game. 3rd and short. Coyotes in the tight formation now. Looks like Fuentes is going to go under center, and hard count. No, he's just going to run the quarterback keeper. He's going to pick up 2 and the first down for the Coyotes. So that gets Manny back to even on his rushing yardage. 4 carries for none yards. And a first down for the Coyotes at the 30-yard line. They stay in the tight formation. They're going to hand off to Bryce Sanchez, and he's going to pick up 2. So the yards have been hard earned for Bryce Sanchez today, as the Coyotes continue to go quick, and they'll have to get players off the field as Sanchez hustles off. And he makes sure he's off before he snaps it. There's the fake toss and the rollout, and he's got a man deep. If he wants to throw it, he's going to take off instead, and he's going to spin ahead with most of the first down yardage. And it looks like we're going to get a late flag here, maybe on a late hit or a shot to the head to Manny Fuentes. Manny's going to pick up first down yardage. I'm going to give him 8. And if that's a they'll tack on that yardage if it's a unsportsmanlike penalty, which it appears to be. Let's make sure. Personal foul, shot to the head on the defense, so they'll add 15 yards to that. So Manny picks up the 8, and they'll also move the ball ahead, so it's going to bring it all the way to the 45 of the Gadsden Panthers. So Coyotes will be in good shape there at the 45-yard line of the Panthers. Coyotes going left to right now across the radio dial. Here's Fuentes back to pass across the middle, and it will be number 11. That's Donovan Morales with the 6-yard completion. Coyotes go quick again, and that's play didn't happen. It'll be a procedure penalty on the Coyotes, most likely. False start. It will be a 5-yard penalty. So Morales with a rare reception for him this year, the senior. And Manny going over 100 yards for the day. Before the previous play, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. So Coyotes going tight formation with one receiver out to the left, and that is Giovanni Apodaca. Morales still in the game. This is going to be a toss to Bryce Sanchez, and Bryce is going to get a bunch. Going to be close to first down yardage. It's going to depend on the spot. I think they're going to give it to him. They spot it right there. They should. So a 9-yard carry for Bryce Sanchez. His longest of the day. Well, they go quick. And here's the pass out to Malachi Mitchell. And that's going to be a 19-yard completion to Malachi Mitchell. Hard to keep up with the stats here, folks, when they're running this offense this quickly, but I'm doing the best I can. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. And here's the option, and no pitch. He's going to keep it and dive forward, but I think we're going to get a holding penalty on the Coyotes. We'll see. Thrown by the White Hats. I don't know why he needs to confer with anybody if he called the penalty. And it will be a hold on the Coyotes, so a 10-yard penalty there. 3rd penalty of the game for the Coyotes. And 2nd on this drive as Bryce Sanchez comes off, and we'll see who went in for him. 8:49 left here in the 2nd quarter. 20-0 Roswell leads. They're going to go to the spread formation here. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, empty backfield. Shotgun formation. Manny's going short with this one, and it's completed, but a great tackle made. And now we're going to get an unsportsmanlike on Gadsden, probably taunting there. It's going to be a 3-yard reception for A.B. Toscano. So I think 3. I'll just give him 3 yards on the reception. They're going to tack this penalty on afterwards. It's going to be a 1st down for the Coyotes, another 15-yard penalty. So the Coyotes will have a 1st down at the 13-yard line. Yes, that's where they're going to set it down. So the Coyotes with a chance here to make it a 4-score game. Stay in the spread formation, and Manny's going to take off here. Still on his feet and fumbles the football, and it's going to be recovered by Roswell. As Manny gets hit pretty hard there. And the ball is fumbled forward and recovered by Roswell at the 1. And I'm not sure who recovered the fumble, but they're going to give Manny 9 yards. First and goal at the 1 for the Coyotes. As the Coyotes dodge a bullet there, they're going to toss to Bryce, and Bryce is going to have his 3rd touchdown of the game. Touchdown Coyotes, 1-yard touchdown score for Bryce Sanchez. Extra point to come here. I should have looked at my newly installed monitor here to see who maybe recovered that fumble. I keep forgetting I've got that option. All right, so here's the extra point attempt. Peyton Kenner, the kicker. L.J. Macias, the holder. Connor Nichols, the snapper, a high snap, but this one will be up and good. So 27-0 here. 8 minutes remain in the second quarter in this quarterfinal matchup in the state football championships. Thanks for tuning in. KSVPTV.com, 106.5. Roswell's Talk FM.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Back to World Bowl, you see that pretty big crowd here for such a blustery, cool day. And they came out to see their Coyotes just taking care of business here. 27-0. We still got a lot of the second quarter to play as the Coyotes are all over Gadsden here in this quarterfinal matchup. See if I can get some updated scores from the other. Artesia now up 29-0. They're still in the first quarter. And Piedra Vista up 21-0 on Mayfield there in the second quarter. So blowouts here in the quarterfinals of 5A football. And now we're going to get a short kick popped up, and he's going to go down to one knee, and that means you're down in high school football. So a 1-yard return, and Gadsden will have the ball at their own 26-yard line. Defense comes out ready to go, and they did allow Gadsden to move down the field last time. Now some of that's penalties, but a couple of good plays from Gadsden. So we'll see if this defense looks more like they did when they started the game. Looks like most of the starters out there. In fact, I see no subs out there right now, so Gadsden will be in the pistol right, and they are going to throw here. Maybe not, no one to throw to, and Noah Lynn is going to get the tackle for loss there. Good job by the secondary as well, keeping those receivers covered up. So Noah Lynn, tackle for loss there. Had another tackle earlier in the game for no yards. So good job for the big sophomore. All right, 2nd and 11 for Gadsden. They're at their own 26. They're going to run the ball this time. Keeper, he's got a little room, makes one man miss, and now he's down the sidelines and knocked out of bounds by number 52. That's Vernon Molinar. He'll get credit for a tackle, but looks like it's going to be first down yardage. It will be, so got to keep an eye on Tomas Herrera. He's an athletic quarterback, senior, pretty good size. List him at 5'10", 190. Looks bigger than that to me. So first down, Gadsden on the 39-yard line. Coyotes show some pressure up the middle, and they're going to run it up the middle. But good blocking up front by the Panthers. And tackle made by Adrian Anaya, but not before the Panthers get another first down and into Coyote territory at the 48. 7 minutes, 8 seconds remain here in the second quarter, and we're going to get a timeout? We are. All right, timeout called on the field. We'll take a break as well. Thanks for tuning in to Roswell Coyote Football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KSVPTV.com.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
All right, we're back. Gadsden with the 1st and 10 just inside of Coyote territory, but that's going to be a tackle for loss by a couple people, including Robert Truex, as they take Alfredo Andre down for a loss of, it's like a loss of 4. So Truex, and they're going to rotate Greathouse in and give Noah Lynn a little break. Going to be 2nd down and 14 back on the Gadsden side of the field. Tight formation with 1 out wide to the left. It's a keeper and going to pick up the 4 yards back, maybe just 3, as the Coyotes do a good job there. And it looks like Lomeli at the bottom of that pile. We'll give him credit for the tackle there. Lomeli already with 4 tackles in the game and the 1 highlight reel tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 at the Coyote 49. So the rotation continues for Art Bolaños and his defense. Typical defensive line rotations. 3rd and 10 here. We'll see if they go to the air. And now they switch the back to the other side. And it's going to be a little bubble screen, and a great tackle made there by number 7, George Chavis. Might have been a tackle for loss on the screen. That is a, I'm giving him credit for it. That is a huge tackle by Truex. And we'll see where they spot it. Loss of about half a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 11 here. Sorry, 4th and 11. And the punter is out there. And it will be Isaac Loya back to receive the punt. He may have a chance to return this one. It's going to bounce once, and he's going to let it go, and it's going to roll all the way to the 2-yard line. They're going to say they kept it out of the end zone. So good job by Gadsden to keep that one out of the end zone. It's going to pin the Coyotes deep at their own 6-yard line. So that's a pretty good punt, about a 45-yard punt. No return. So the Coyotes with a long field to go here. 4 minutes, 51 seconds remain here in the first half. The Coyotes lead at 27-0 as they've been all over Gadsden, and no surprises, no upsets in the brewing so far in 5A football, as all 3 of the home teams, the favorite teams, appear to be blowing out their opponents. And that looked like they weren't quite ready for that snap, but it's going to wind up being pretty decent for Roswell as they get a 5-yard carry for Sanchez. Looked like the center snapped it. No one else was ready, but they kept going with the play. So 2nd and 5 here. They're going to run the same play again, and Sanchez, not as much luck this time. We're going to get maybe 1. We'll give him 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Quick to the line again are the Coyotes. 3rd and 4, and they'll just run it again. No, they're going to fake the handoff, and Manny will have to try to get it himself. Makes several players miss, still on his feet. Now he's going to throw it to Bryce Sanchez. What a crazy play, and Bryce is still on his feet. He makes a man miss. He's got a blocker. He's going to say he stepped out of bounds. And now we've got a flag on the Coyote bench for being too far out on the field, I assume, and an injured Gadsden Panther on the field. So we'll see if the play stands. It's going to be a completion. So I think if this penalty goes, it's going to be an after the play penalty. So it's going to be, we'll see. It may just be a warning for the Coyotes. The ball made it out to the 35 where Bryce Sanchez stepped out of bounds. So it's going to wind up being a 22-yard reception to Sanchez. And maybe we could get, all right. So it is a foul on the defense, but it is going to be a first down. So they're going to mark off the yardage. So I'm not sure what the penalty was exactly. You usually get a warning if they're just too far out on the field. It's going to be a first down, but it's going to bring the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line. So Sanchez with a 22-yard reception, the penalty for 15 yards. So Coyotes go to a spread here on 1st and 10. Manny's going to roll out, nobody open. Now he's got somebody. He's going to fake, and he's going to throw, and it's intercepted. Only the 3rd interception of the season for Manny Fuentes. So we'll see if the play stands. If it stands, it's going to be an interception for Gadsden, and they'll be in business here at the Coyote 26. And it was a penalty on Roswell that was declined. So that's going to be an interception. Like I said, a very rare interception for Manny Fuentes this year. Only his 3rd, and I've got his stats here. He's attempted 176 passes and only his 3rd interception of the year. So that's just very unusual. I thought he was going to take off and try to get some of the yardage. Then he just tried to force it in there, and just a bad decision. So the Panthers, with 2 backs and 2 wide receivers split out wide, they're going to run it. No surprise there. And nice job by Noah Lynn again. And Adrian and I also in on that tackle. So no gain on the play. Defense is going to have to stiffen up pretty quickly here. You see Art Bolaños making some corrections from the sideline. Still kind of like to know what that penalty was. All right, 2nd and 10. Herrera at the quarterback. One back this time and trips out to the right. And they're just going to run it again, and it's going to be a tackle for loss as the Coyotes are all over that one. And is that another flag? So Truex and Lynn, excuse me, Noah Lynn. And there is a flag on the play. And are they picking it up? All right, let's see what's going on. Play stands, it'll be a loss of, I don't even see where they've spotted the ball. Okay, so here's the call. It is holding on Gadsden, and it will be an accepted penalty. So that play did not happen. So it's going to bring up 2nd and, oh, 2nd and about 16. And it's going to be a keeper. He's got a little room. And ball's out. Looks like the Coyotes may have it. Are they going to say he was down first? Coyote defense is coming off the field. Yeah, that's going to be a turnover. And the Coyotes are going to call a timeout here with just 2:32 remaining. We're going to stay here for this one. So I'm not sure. About 4 Coyotes converged on Herrera as he was running up the middle of the field. The ball comes out. Couldn't really see who recovered. No, they're going to say there's not a turnover. All right, so they're going to say he was down. They're going to say he was down. My apologies. Boy, it sure appeared the ball came out, but going to say the ball carrier was down, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Herrera is going to look to pass this time unless he takes off, and he's absolutely drilled, but he does get the pass away, and it's going to be close to first down yardage as he completes it, and another flag on the field. So it's getting pretty chippy out there. West Gallegos coming off the blind side, got there a half second too late. Wasn't anything illegal about it. Did get the pass away, did make the completion. It's looking like it's going to be about a yard short of the necessary yardage for the first down, but we do have a flag on the play. And here's the call from the White Hat. Unsportsmanlike on the defense, going to be half the distance of the goal on the first down. So a very costly penalty there. It's going to wind up being an 11-yard penalty. Sorry, a 9-yard penalty. So first and goal from the 9 for Gadsden. High snap, and the ball's on the ground, and missed opportunity for the defense there as Anaya comes flying in, but the quarterback Herrera was able to get back on the football. It's going to be a loss of about 6, and actually Anaya will get the credit for the tackle for loss there. All right, second goal from the 15. Another high snap, and this time they're going to run out to the right side and pick up 4 or 5 before he's knocked out of bounds. Looks like maybe Robert Truex. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line. So interesting here. Coyotes have to keep him out of the end zone for these 2 downs. Eli Lynn comes off the field. Looks like Greathouse will check in. Maybe both Greathouse brothers in the game right now. 3rd and goal. They're going to look to pass. Wide open on the right side, and breaks 1 tackle and then knocked out of bounds by Monreal at about the 6. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 6-yard line as Monreal makes his first tackle of the game. So it will be 4th down, goal to goal from the 6-yard line. We'll see if the Coyote defense can hold here. Some really costly penalties for the Coyotes. Coyotes lead at 27-0 in the waning moments of the first half here, trying to keep Gadsden out of the end zone on 4th and goal from the 6. Back to pass, Herrera, it's a screen, and he's not going to get in. He's going to be tackled, and it's going to be Monreal again, so the Coyotes keep him out. They keep the goose egg on the scoreboard. 27-0 is your score here, and the Coyotes will be at their own 4-yard line with 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining in the first half. Coyotes would like to get to that 35-point margin if they could. Gadsden will receive the second half kickoff as the offense comes back on the field. Manny Fuentes throwing a rare interception. Last time he was out there, just his 3rd of the season, and he'll start this one in the spread formation. Sorry, one back. Bryce Sanchez back there with him, and it will be the fake toss. And he's going to look down the field, and he's got a man, L.J. Macias, open at the 15. And that is going to be a 11-yard reception for L.J. Macias. And the Coyotes to the line quickly. Clock will be moving as soon as the official starts it. And same formation. Manny's going to drop back again. Does he see him? He does. Gets away. And now looking down the field, he's going to take off and run. It's what he should have done last time. And he's going to pick up, boy, that's not where he ran out of bounds at all, but he's going to say 5 yards. Thought he was at least 2 yards farther down the field. So it'll be 2nd and 5. 1:15 now remaining here in the first half. 27-0 your score. And Fuentes from the true spread formation here. He'll get away from the pass rushers. He's got a lot of room if he wants to take off, and he will. He's to the 20, the 25, the 30. He'll scoot out of bounds at the 33. And that will be a 13-yard carry for Manny Fuentes, and he will stop the clock. And Manny doing it with his legs there. The clock stopped with 1:07 remaining here in the second quarter. And the ball in the Coyote 33. Going to send 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. This is the true spread again. And Fuentes from the shotgun. Hasn't taken a shot real deep down the field yet. And he won't hear either as he just throws that one away. Throws it down to where nobody can get it. Keep the clock stopped. Incompletion to Manny Sigala. Just his 4th incompletion. That includes the 1 interception of the game from Manny. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. 1:04. Play only took 3 seconds. Macias and Apodaca to the left. 3 receivers near side of the field. Here comes the pass rush. This will be Apodaca. And Apodaca will get about 8. And the clock will be moving here. And Coyotes to the line quickly. First reception for Apodaca on his 4th target. Oh, they're offsides. Throw it down the field. They're going to blow it dead. It's going to be offsides and a first down for Roswell, and it'll stop the clock so they can take a little time to get the play called here. Nope, they're going to roll the clock after a penalty. All right, they're going to stay in the spread formation. Ball at the 46 now. Fuentes takes the snap. He's looking down the field, and now he's going to take off again. No, he's going to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's A.B. Toscano at the 20. He's got to be one man to score, and he's going to do it. A.B. Toscano. Touchdown, Coyotes. 54-yard touchdown reception for A.B. Toscano from Manny Fuentes. Manny had room to run, but he saw A.B. all by himself. And the second catch for A.B. Toscano is for a touchdown. And the Coyotes with a 33-0 lead here. I thought they might go for 2 to get it to 35. They're just going to go ahead and kick it unless they run a fake. All right, here's the extra point. Perfect snap. Good hold. And no good as he just missed it. Peyton Kenner he just missed it. There's no other way to say it. So Coyotes score again. We'll take a quick break here. Thanks for tuning in to Coyote football. They lead at 33-0 over Gadsden in this quarterfinal. We'll be right back.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years. And they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
back to Coyote Football, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. The Roswell Coyotes all over Gadsden here. 27 seconds left here in the first half. And the Coyotes lead it 33-0. Gadsden will get the kickoff after halftime. If there's no scoring here in these last half minute of play here, that will be your halftime score. We'll have scores from the other two semifinal matchups, quarterfinal matchups in 5A football. They both appear to be blowouts as well, but we'll get some scores on that. And Kennard will keep it on the field this time, and good tackle there made by number 17, and that is Nate Quintero, special teams tackle. So Gadsden, we'll see if they try to do anything in these 22 seconds or if they just let the clock run out and go into halftime to try to make adjustments. The Coyotes have not played flawless football. They started off that way. First few possessions on both offense and defense were excellent, but they have made a few mistakes, a lot of penalties, the interception by Fuentes, but they have kept the Panthers off the scoreboard as they lead at 33-0, and they're lining up like they're going to run something. I suspect it'll just be a running play. Herrera from the pistol, he's just going to hand it to Andre, and he's going to go up the middle for about 6. Maybe a flag on the play. No? Just throwing something around there. So we'll see if they just let it run out. Looks like they're going to, and they will. So that's going to be our halftime score. Roswell 33 and Gadsden 0. All right, we're going to take a break here, about 3.5 minutes, and be back with statistics, a little analysis, maybe a shot of the dance team performing. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for tuning in to KSVPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Coyotes lead at the half, 33-0. Be right back.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The numbers don't lie. Crime is up in southeastern New Mexico. In 2021, Roswell had almost 40 crimes per 1,000, including larceny, assault battery, burglary, motor vehicle theft, robbery, and homicide. These days, the best defense you can get is having a locally owned company install the best security system available. That's Zenith Security Services. They offer real security solutions for your home and business. When it comes to your safety, you need a locally owned, locally minded security company at your defense. Call Zenith Security Services today, 575-626-3521, 575-626-3521.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Have you noticed the days are getting shorter? This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're on the downhill side of the year, so every day is a couple of minutes shorter than the one before, even though your plants need plenty of food and water to keep them healthy, like those globe willows that are turning yellow. A good dose of the right fertilizer will make them bright green again. No matter what the problems you're having, we probably have a cure at Roswell Seed Company. But come see us soon, because winter's coming, you know.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Got some score updates for you. Mayfield and Piedra Vista in Farmington. Piedra Vista leads that one 28-0 in the second quarter. And over in the Bulldog Bowl, it was not really a contest at all, as Artesia scores 43 points in the first quarter and ends it before halftime. They win the game over Valley 50-0. Here at the Wool Bowl, the Coyotes lead 33-0. As we're going to go over some halftime stats for you. Hopefully you stay tuned in to see the dance team over the break. And this crowd, even though it's getting a little cold in the shadows here, still a pretty decent crowd. Wind's blowing at about 16, I'm told by my producer, and that makes it pretty chilly out. We'll get the temperature for you momentarily. As we go over first half statistics, officially 56, says it feels like 52 here in Roswell, New Mexico, with a breeze of about 16. And all right, let's go to the stats and start with special teams, where Peyton Kennard has been just 3 of 5 on extra point attempts, and we had one kickoff return, and that was from Jeremiah Monreal, 42 yards. Not much in the way of special teams statistics. Defensively, the Coyotes were led by a trio of players with 4 tackles each. Adrian Anaya had 4, one of those for a loss. Noah Lynn had 4, one of those for a loss. Cheeto Lomeli had 4, and 2 of those were for a loss, including a sack. Next was Robert Truex, George Chavis. They each chipped in. Truex had 3, 1 for a loss. Chavis had 2, one of those was for a loss. Jeremiah Monreal and Vernon Molinar each had 2. And then Eli Lynn, Nate Quintero, and Mason Greathouse, each with a tackle each. Mason Greathouse's tackle was for a loss. 2 defensive penalties on the Coyotes for a total of 24 yards. And I don't usually mention the penalties and the yardage, but I will today because there's just been too many for the Coyotes. Offensively, Manny Fuentes was 12 of 16, 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception here in the first half. Bryce Sanchez had 1 catch for 22 yards. A.B. Toscano, 2 catches for 57 and a touchdown. He was the leading receiver for the Coyotes in the first half. Donovan Morales, 1 catch for 6. Manny Segala, 1 catch for 53 yards. L.J. Macias, 3 catches for 21. Malachi Mitchell, 2 catches for 52 and a touchdown. Giovanni Apodaca, 1 catch for 8. Sebastian Mendoza, 1 catch for 4. Rushing the football in the first half, Peyton Kennard, 1 carry for 2 yards. Christian Hernandez, 3 carries for 17. Manny Fuentes carried the ball 8 times for 35 total yards. And the workhorse, the train, Bryce Sanchez, 15 carries, 46 yards, and 3 touchdowns. All in short yardage situations. His longest touchdown run was for 2 yards. So those are the stats for the first half. As I said earlier, Artesia ended their game in the second quarter as they explode for 43 first quarter points and then add that touchdown in the second quarter with the extra point to make it a mercy rule end to that game. And last I checked, it was still 28-0 in Farmington. And we'll see if we get an update on that one here real quick. 28-0, and that was before halftime. So we'll see if they've gone to the half in Farmington yet or not. Let's see. All right, 35-0 at halftime is the new updated score for Pieta Vista and Mayfield. So that one will start with a running clock in the second half. This one, the Coyotes score first, will start with will initiate the running clock as well. And of course, if either Pieta Vista or Roswell gets to that 50-point advantage, then of course the game will end. We're going to take our second little break here. It's going to be about 3 minutes long, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more football and talk about the second game to be played in the Wool Bowl today, and that will be Mexico Military Institute Broncos. So thanks for tuning in to KSVPTV.com, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM for Roswell Coyote football. They lead Gadsden at the half here in this quarterfinal matchup, 33-0. We'll be back in just a few.
Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires.
Now through November 13th, save $70 to $100 instantly on select in-stock sets of Pirelli, Nexen, and Aspen tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about. Central Valley Electric is continually learning and advancing technology that improves electric service, reliability, and safety, and in turn enhancing the quality of life for members that we serve in our local communities. CVE offers an account management program called Smart Hub that allows members to track their usage, set up convenient pay methods, and the ability to manage their energy use with smart technologies. A secure system such as Smart Hub is an easy tool to use. To sign up, visit cvecoop.org and click Smart Hub to get started.
Have you noticed the days are getting shorter? This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're on the downhill side of the year, so every day is a couple of minutes shorter than the one before, even though your plants need plenty of food and water to keep them healthy, like those globe willows that are turning yellow. A good dose of the right fertilizer will make them bright green again. No matter what the problems you're having, we probably have a cure at Roswell Seed Company, but come see us soon, because winter's coming, you know.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl. KSVPTV.com, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We've got about 5.5 minutes still before the second half kickoff. Both teams still making their adjustments in the locker room. I want to talk some local sports here. First of all, big congratulations to the Gateway Warrior football team as they won state last night with a 53-14 victory over Mountain Air. And then later at the Wool Bowl, it was Deming over Goddard, 28-13. So Deming will now advance to play the Artesia Bulldogs in the semifinal matchup. And because of who played who last in the semifinals or the championship, Artesia will actually have to travel to Deming to play that game. So Artesia, by virtue of their 50-0 victory over Valley this afternoon, they still don't get the home game. So they're the number 1 seed. They win their quarterfinal 50-0, playing the 5 seed, and they will have to go on the road. So that will be Artesia at Deming, and don't know the time or day on that yet. It will be either November the 18th in the evening, or it will be November 19th in the afternoon, that next Friday and Saturday. On this side of the bracket, it will be, unless something really crazy happens in both games, it's looking like it's going to be Roswell and Piedra Vista in the other semifinal. Now, Piedra Vista did come into Roswell during the regular season to play in the Wool Bowl. That was a, I believe, a 32-14 victory for Roswell. They were having trouble with extra points in that game as well. But the 3-score victory by the Coyotes, they will have to come in here to the Wool Bowl again to play because of the state championship game that was played at Piedra Vista all the way back in 2000, I believe. 2000 or 2001. And so by virtue of, you know, who owes who played who last in a semifinal or a final game, that's how they determine where those games are played. So that's why you have Artesia owes Deming because of the 1974 championship game, which was played in Artesia. So because of that game in 1974, they have to go on the road to play at Deming for the semifinals here. And as I said, with Roswell, Piedra Vista owes Roswell because of the 2000 championship game where the Roswell, sorry, I was doing Rocket games yesterday, where the Roswell Coyotes won the state championship there. Piedra Vista behind the coach Jack Sisko, and just tremendous football team. Great year that year, and an exciting state final that was. All right, Coyotes have come back out on the field, as have the Gadsden Panthers. We will still have 2 minutes before the second half kickoff, and again, it will be Gadsden with the ball first on offense. The Coyotes will be kicking off to the Panthers, but I'm not expecting this game to go the distance. I think if the Coyotes can score pretty quickly their next 2 scores, I mean the time in between the next 2 scores, you know, this could be a 50-point situation as well. Maybe the same thing up in Farmington. You know, I'm not sure. Obviously, don't know exactly how that game's gone, but 35-0 at the half is, you know, similar to what this game would be if the extra points had been good. So that's what we're looking like for the semifinals. Artesia at Deming, and if everything holds here, it will be Piedra Vista at Roswell. Now, should Roswell and Artesia advance, the higher seeds, we'll just talk about that. If Roswell and Artesia were to advance, that game would be played at the Bulldog Bowl. And the reason for that, got to get back to my page here that tells me all these things. The reason that game would be played in the Bulldog Bowl, even though the Coyotes played in the Bulldog Bowl already this year, Roswell owes Artesia because of the 2018 semifinal game that was played here at the Wool Bowl, where the Coyotes were on their way to the state championship as well in that year. So Now, should Piedra Vista and Artesia meet, Artesia owes Piedra Vista. So if Piedra Vista were to upset the Coyotes, I mean, it's not a huge upset, 3 seed, 2 seed, but on the road, if they should upset Roswell and make it to the finals, that game would be in Piedra Vista. So Artesia would have to travel all the way to Farmington, and that is by virtue of the 2015 semifinal game, which was played in the Bulldog Bowl. So there's your scenarios for the state football championships in the 5A division. As we are just about ready to play, there is the buzzer. Artesia again won in the second quarter, 50-0. So someone asking behind me, so just putting that score out there again. All right, so we're ready to go here. Coyotes will be kicking off from right to left across your radio dial, as it will be Peyton Kennard from his own 40, kicking with the wind. And we're just about ready to go here. See what kind of adjustments were made by each team. All right, ready to go. Just waiting on the, not sure what we're waiting on. All right, now they break the huddle and we're ready to go. It's like the usual kick coverage team, and that's kick deep to the 5-yard line. And chance for a return for Gadsden, and he's going to take it up the middle and tackled by a host of Coyotes, and then finally getting down near the 23. And we're going to get Donovan Morales on the tackle there, special teams. So Morales contributing on both sides of the ball tonight, this afternoon, I should say. All right, first team defense out there for the Coyotes. As I see no subs. And we'll see what Gadsden has. They're going to line up tight. Now they're going to bring 2 receivers out to the right. Single back in the backfield to the quarterback's right. Short side, not the short side, the right in the middle of the field. And there's a delay gain on Gadsden, so they'll back up 5 yards and just make this first possession that much tougher for them. All right, so that's a little bit of an early break for this Coyote defense, who would really like to get a 3 and out here and get the offense on the field, or even a turnover. All right, so Herrera will take the snap now, and they're going to hand it off and run to the left, and that's bottled up pretty quickly. I'm going to say a minimal gain, maybe 1. Maybe no gain on that one. Adrian Munoz on the carry. And again, a host of Coyotes on the tackle. Can't give anybody credit. Couldn't really see who it was. So they'll get that one in film. All right, 2nd and 14. They're going to run it again, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss, I believe, and that's going to be Sylvester Lomelli. So Cheeto with his 3rd tackle for loss in the game. Loss of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15 from the 20-yard line. Just inside the 20. Monreal and Adrian Anaya talking over here. Just one receiver on this near side. The far side has trips. And here's the snap, going to roll that way. And here's Noah Lynn giving chase. And incomplete. No, they're going to say he made the catch. Defense was coming off the field. No, interception. All right, that's interception far side of the field. I had no idea. I really thought it might have been caught by the receiver, and so interception Coyotes, and they take the ball right over. They've got the ball at the 42, and they're looking to score early here as Fuentes takes the shotgun snap, and he's looking to pass, and he's going to get sacked for a big loss of about 10. So a loss of 10 on the sack of Manny Fuentes, and Gadsden's actually done a decent job of pressuring the quarterback in this game. As Fuentes has thrown a pick, he's been flushed out of the pocket, and he's been sacked at least 3 times. We'll see what Roswell has now as they face a 2nd and 18. And it's going to be a slip screen here to LJ Macias. He's got one blocker. He's got room. Runs over his own man, Seabass, who's blocking. And is there a late flag thrown in there? Maybe not. That's going to be a 16-yard reception for Macias. So 16 yards there. And to the line quickly again are the Coyotes. Now tight formation under center, and they're going to give it to Bryce Sanchez, just looking to get the first down. Instead, he's going to pick up about 9. And the Coyotes will have a first down as soon as the chains get there at the 16. And there's the fake handoff, and Manny Fuentes just had the ball just flip right out of his hands. That is unusual. And Manny, boy, that was strange. I don't know if he was pump faking there or what happened, but Manny, ball just all of a sudden it's just flipped out of his hands. So it will be a fumble recovered by Gadsden. And another turnover for the Coyotes. A chance to go up big there. So the defense back on the field. And it will be Herrera from the shotgun. Got one man in the backfield with him. He's looking to throw. He's going to go up the sidelines. And another pick. This time it's Isaac Loya. And he's still on his feet. He's got a chance for a return. He's the primary return guy. Intercepted the ball at the 43, and now he's going to return it all the way down to the 25, maybe the 22, and they're also going to get a personal foul on Gadsden for ripping Loya's helmet off after he was out of bounds. So an interception and a return of about 20 yards for Isaac Loya. So 20 on the return yards, and they're going to probably go half the distance as well. See where they're going to spot the football, maybe the 22. And we're waiting for the indication from the white hat. Kind of a wild start to the second half. 2 turnovers here in 6 minutes. All right, personal foul on face mask on the defense. Well, that's one way to get a guy's helmet off. And so they're going to go half the distance, I would think. So the 22 should take it down to the 11. And that will be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Maybe the 12. Okay, they're going to say the 12. That's not half the distance from the 22, but that's okay. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. So Fuentes, it's not that cold out there, but the ball did slip out of his hands. He's going to roll out now and look to the end zone. Seabass, does he get in? Touchdown. 12-yard strike from Manny Fuentes to Sebastian Mendoza. Touchdown Coyotes. So they strike immediately as Seabass runs a nice little route there. His 2nd catch of the day. And the Coyotes now lead 39-0. And it will be Peyton Kennard to see if he can make it 40. Kick is up. Kick is good. So the Coyotes take a 40-0 lead here on Gadsden, and we will take a break. Thanks for tuning in to Coyote Football, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KSVPTV.com.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor. John runs with us. Nothing runs like a deer. Get a 3 Series tractor with 0% APR for 72 months at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2316.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia or Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Back, 12-yard touchdown strike from Manny Fuentes to Sebastian Mendoza makes the score 40-0 here. Coyotes lead Gadsden with 8:45 left here in the third quarter. The other semifinal game down the road in Artesia is already over. It was over in the second quarter, 50-0 your final score, as Valley was no match for the Bulldogs. And in Farmington, 35-0, Piedra Vista leads Mayfield at the half. So one game already over via the Mercy Rule, and now both of these contests in the first stage of the Mercy Rules will have a running clock here once we're underway. We're going to get a squib down the sideline. Will it stay in bounds? It will get to the end zone, I believe. Yes, they're going to say touchback, so that will come out to the 20, where the defense, who has had interceptions on their last 2 times out on the field. Not sure who got the first one. Isaac Loya got the second one. As the Coyotes playing in their more traditional red uniforms, white pants, red helmets with the white R. Those are my favorites. Maybe just add the white helmets to them and they become my all-time favorites. But here we go. Running clock now. It will be Herrera in the backfield, and we'll see what Gadsden does here. They'll probably just try to get a few first downs put together, and that's going to be a tackle for a big loss. And it's going to be Sylvester Lomelli and Robert Truex. And credit Lomelli, that's his 4th tackle for a loss in this football game, and he's been unstoppable in the middle. Noah Lynn with a strong game as well. The defensive tackles for Roswell High, total of 5 tackles for loss, 10 total tackles unofficially in the game, and they've just snuffed out that running game of the Panthers. 2nd and 15 after the 5-yard loss on first down. Going to run it again and fumble, and still scrambling around for the ball, but it does look like the Coyotes are on it. Let's see. No indication yet. Defense is coming off the field. Offense is going off the field. It will be Coyote football, and it looks like it's recovered by George Chavez. Not sure if it was a forced fumble or just losing the handle, but the Coyotes will have 1st and goal at the 6. And we're going to see. All right. We have got number 44, Aiden Rutley, the big 6'4", 200-pound sophomore tight end, playing his first action. And boy, you look out there at the huddle, and you know who Aiden Rutley is. Let's see if they try to get him the football. He is a tall young man. Well, we've got the backup quarterback in the game. That's Peyton Kennard, so that's will do it for Manny Fuentes tonight. Kennard is going to hand the ball off, and it's going to be touchdown Coyotes. Fabian Vigil, the junior, with the score from 6 yards out. 6-yard touchdown for Fabian Vigil. And Kennard in at quarter, going way down the depth charts, and Fabian Vigil, and he gets his first career touchdown. And now it will be Kennard looking to make it a 47-point lead. And if he does, any score for the Coyotes would end the game, provided he makes this field goal. And now Christian Sanchez will have to come in here as a protector. And now they're ready. Here's the snap. It's up. And it's good. Peyton Kennard now 5 of 7 on extra points, and the Coyotes take a 47-0 lead. And we are still in the third quarter here from the Wool Bowl. We'll take a quick break. Thanks for tuning in to Coyote Football, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KSVPTV.com.
Central Valley Electric is continually learning and advancing technology that improves electric service, reliability, and safety, and in turn enhancing the quality of life for members that we serve in our local communities. CVE offers an account management program called Smart Hub that allows members to track their usage, set up convenient pay methods, and the ability to manage their energy use with smart technologies. A secure system such as Smart Hub is an easy tool to use. To sign up, visit cvecoop.org and click Smart Hub to get started.
And welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Kelly McDonald with you here, flying solo. My partner, as I said pregame, is chasing Bambi somewhere, so I'm up here by myself in this cold booth. But I'll tell you what, I'm having a good time because the Roswell Coyotes are up 47-0, and any score now by the Coyotes will end the football game. We do have an update from Farmington. Piedra Vista up 42-0 in the third quarter, so if they score again and elect to go for 2, they can end their game early as well. Here's the squib kick from Kennard. It's going to bounce and eventually wind up in the end zone for yet another touchback. I think that's 4 touchbacks in the game for Kennard. And the Coyote defense back on the field, and there will be lots of subs in the game now. I'll try to get those for you. Adrian Barraza in the game. Mason Greathouse. Caden George. Number 14 is Giovanni Reyes. You have Zai Carrasco in the game. Nate Herrera's in the game. Nate Quintero's in the game, so almost all backups. I see maybe one starter out there, and he's playing out of position. So Gadsden will continue to try to run the football, and it's going to be another tackle for loss, and this time it's going to be number 61, Keegan Nichols, with a really nice tackle there, and it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. So Keegan Nichols blasting through there for a tackle for loss. There's been lots of tackles for loss in this game, and now they're going to bring the only starter that was in the game out, and that was Isaac Loya. So it is all backups in the game right now for the Coyotes, and understandably so. Second and long, and it's going to be going nowhere again. And try to get credit there. It looks like maybe Mason Greathouse on the tackle, among others, I should say. But the first team defense is over here watching just like you and I here on KSVPTV.com as the Coyotes lead 47-0 here early, still about midway through the third quarter. If Coyotes can get the ball back and score, it'll be all she wrote for this ball game. Oh, and the Coyotes jumped, and it will be offside. So instead of a 3rd and 11, it's going to be 3rd and 6. And we'll see if Gadsden can turn that penalty into a first down. Well, we have the train. So even during the day, we get the train letting us know it's going by. Love to have the train going by at the Wool Bowl. All right, 3rd down and 6. Defense looking for a hold and a punt here, get their offense on the field to potentially end the game. And that's going to be a screen pass, but played beautifully in there. And I'll get you the number. That is Connor Nichols. So one of the Nichols brothers there, long snapper Connor Nichols, playing defense here. And brings up 4th down, and the punting team comes on. And you got big number 73, the punter, and he's struggled a little bit there. Had one tipped, had another couple really short punts. And I don't see who's back for the Coyotes, but that is the worst punt of the day. It's going to go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So that's going to net, that's going to be a 12-yard punt with no return. Coyotes will have the ball just inside the Gadsden 40, looking to end the game. So here come the backups. Well, I take that back. There's a starter or two out there. I see Giovanni Reyes out there. Looks like Andrew Padilla will be the quarterback, so third string quarterback in the game now for Roswell. Andrew Padilla led the JV team to an undefeated season this year. And now they're going to bring in Miguel Garcia late. Plenty of time to get, well, not plenty of time. They're going to have to snap it. They do. It's going to be a pitch outside to number 33. And game-saving tackle by number 25, Zach Talvera. But that is number 33, and that's a duplicate number just for this game. That is Luis Godoy, sophomore running back. So Godoy with his first carry for 15 yards. All right, first down. Padilla, he's going to throw. No, he's going to hand the ball off to Robert Truex. No, we have a duplicate number there as well. So that's going to be Jalen Cloud, sophomore running back. So Cloud is going to be actually tackled for about a 4-yard loss. Going deep into the bench here. First career carry for Jalen Cloud. It will be 2nd and 14. See if they let Padilla go to the air here at all. It's the tight formation with one receiver out to the right. They're going to pitch it out to Cloud. And he's got to make one man miss. Can't do it. He's going to pick up about 2 on the play. And now here's Godoy coming into the game. And it's going to be 3rd and 12. So interesting here. They would have the win as we're still in the third quarter with the running clock, 2:20 remaining. Be interesting to see if they might allow Kenner to try a kick. If they don't convert here, they're going to do the fake toss. And it is a pass. It's caught by A.B. Toscano, but he's got some work to do. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. 10-yard completion to A.B. Toscano, his first catch. So 10 yards on the first pass attempt from Andrew Padilla. And they're bringing in the kicking team, I believe, to try to end the game. So, ball is at the 16-yard line. So it's going to be a 33-yard field goal from the right hash. So a 33-yard attempt, rare field goal attempt. And Peyton was going to try it anyway, even though the play was blown dead. Let's see what's going on here. Gadsden came across. And we'll see what we do. All right, so that's going to make it a tougher field goal. It's going to be a procedure penalty on the special teams. So that's going to make it a 39-yard field goal. So a 39-yard attempt for Kennard to end the game. And we will see. He's got the wind behind him, pretty decent little breeze. Kick is up. It's got the distance. No good. He missed it wide left. And the crowd thought he made it. Instead, we're still going to play some football. Still 47-0. As Peyton Kennard could not connect on the 39-yarder. And that will bring the defense back out on the field. I want to acknowledge some of these guys. Jonathan Barraza out there on defense. Giovanni Reyes. Caden George, no, he's coming off. Henry Madrid in a defensive tackle along with Adrian Barraza. All right, 1st and 10. Still just running the football is Gadsden. Pretty decent first down run, though, on that play. And that's going to be number 77, Jonathan Barraza, on the tackle. Running clock is inside a minute here in the 3rd quarter, so we're going to have to switch the field here momentarily. Maybe after this play. I don't think Gadsden's going to be in a big hurry to get 2 plays off. And they're going to run it inside, and it's going to be a tackle for loss. First man there, again, was Jonathan Barraza, among others, and that should take us to the 4th quarter. 17 seconds left, but I doubt Gadsden will try to run a play here. Now down to 10 seconds. So, well, they might. They're going to roll out here. 5. Let's see if they do. It's going to be close. Does not get it off. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the Roswell Coyotes leading the Gadsden Panthers 47-0. And we're going to take a break and be right back for the 4th quarter right after this. Thanks for tuning in to KSVPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
The average American takes 8 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
And welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Your Roswell Coyotes lead it 47-0. As we head to the 4th quarter, we've got the running clock going. And flying solo here up in the booth this afternoon. My partner and his crew are out trying to bring back some meat to put in my freezer. And the Coyotes are trying to keep Gadsden off the scoreboard, trying to get the ball back so they can maybe end this game a little early. Could have ended it just a few plays ago, but the 39-yard field goal attempt by Peyton Kennard was just left. And now it's going to be a pass, but look out. Does he see him? He does get the ball away and just throws it away. And that was number 32. And that was Mickey Lucero, sophomore linebacker. And that is going to bring up 4th down and 9. So we will see the punt team out there again. And it will be Robert Truex, the return man. Truex has done a lot of returning, and he's back too far. None of the punts. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Jalen Cloud. I'm sorry. It is Jalen Cloud. Oh, it could be blocked, and nearly was, and that's his best punt of the day. Cloud bobbles it, but then comes up with it. Now he's got room if he can turn on the Jets, but there is going to be a penalty on the play. So good return from Jalen Cloud all the way down to 37 is going to be negated by a holding penalty, I think, on Giovanni Reyes, but we'll have to see. And return of 30 yards by Cloud will be negated, and they will mark it off from the spot of the foul. So that's going to be a 40-yard swing of field position there due to the penalty. And we'll see Andrew Padilla out here, who is 1 for 1, 10-yard completion to A.B. Toscano, who also had the 54-yard touchdown reception earlier in the game. He's actually the leading receiver for the Coyotes on the day with 3 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. I expect him to run the ball at least a little bit here, though. We shall see. Padilla is going to fake the handoff and roll to his left, and he's going to throw an interception at the 40-yard line. So second interception of the day as Padilla unable to find his man there, and another turnover for the Coyotes. So the backups looking a little bit like backups there, as Gadsden able to get the turnover, and now with the ball in Coyote territory might be a little more aggressive offensively. They would love not to get shut out, as it's looking like the other 2 quarterfinal games will be shutouts. One already is. All right, they are going to throw the ball, but no one to throw to as he throws it to the middle of the track between the 20 and the 30-yard line on the far side of the field for the incompletion. And of course, with the running clock, that will just keep running. We're at 9 minutes and 45 seconds and rolling here in the 4th quarter. Gadsden not in a big hurry, not trying to score and get the ball back. They're just trying to score, just kind of a pride thing. Hats off to the Coyote faithful here. Coyote Nation is pretty much stuck around here in the cold and the wind at the Wool Bowl to cheer on their Coyotes as they look to be advancing to the semifinals next weekend. All right, back to pass again, and it's a screen, and it's picked off by Zy Carrasco, and he will end the football game with a pick 6 and 55-yard return, and that will be the ball game. 56-yard interception return for the touchdown for Zy Carrasco. Second interception of the game, third interception of the game for the Coyotes, and that will do it. Your final score, 53-0. The Coyotes defeat the Gadsden Panthers in this quarterfinal match. The mercy rule in effect, and so Artesia wins via the mercy rule. Roswell wins via the mercy rule. Piedra Vista, going to check on that for you before we go to break. Looks like they're still up 42-0 in the 4th quarter, so that one maybe not going to end early, but with the running clock. We are going to take a break, come back with some stats, talk about next week. Thanks for tuning in. Coyotes win at 53-0. We'll be right back on KSVPTV.com, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
ENMU Roswell welcomes new and returning students to register online and on campus for the spring 2023 semester. Prepare for brighter days ahead and learn new career skills in arts and sciences, technical and health education right here at home. Classes start January 17th. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7000 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Success starts here.
Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires.
Now through November 13th, save $70 to $100 instantly on select in-stock sets of Pirelli, Nexen, and Aspen tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
All right, welcome back to the Wool Bowl, where the Coyotes have won 53-0, and we have a programming note. We're going right to the volleyball state championship match between Goddard and St. Pius. So thanks for tuning in, And if you're tuning in now for that game, radio, just stay where you are. I think you might have to switch over for KSVP for the audio only on that one. So it's radio is still going to be 106. So if you tuned in here for volleyball, stay tuned. We'll have Coach Stack momentarily. Thanks for tuning in to Roswell football, and we'll see you next week for the semifinal against Piedra Vista. Always great to be a Coyote. Good night.
That concludes this broadcast of sports on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. Sports on Pecos Valley Broadcasting are presented by Bob Reed Pest Control, Trustmark Roofing, Pecos Valley Equipment, Oasis Computers, Amigo Machinery, Central Valley Electric, Roswell Seed Company, Richland Motors, Big O Tires, Business Notions, Moffett and Brown Dentistry, Zenith Security, ENMU Portales and ENMU Roswell, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating, So Easy Sewing, and Maze Lumber. Thanks for tuning into this special broadcast on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming.